kind of moving on, just looking at this Ravens team going into the combine,
Uh-huh.
is there I feel like we're in such a weird spot right now with the Baltimore Ravens because it's so up in the air
Yes.
of won't they re-sign Lamar Jackson, because it's like vastly different strategies. If the Ravens trade Lamar, they're not signing Rodgers, right? I mean, they could, but like they're not doing that. Like,
Right, right.
so if that happens, it's like just chaos of, okay, probably tank for a year or trade up and get a super young quarterback, which your offseason with a young quarterback is very different from a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking for everything right now in the draft and in the combine and looking for speed? Or are you just like, hey, let's focus on the wide receivers, see their 40s, and focus on the cornerbacks and the positions of real need? Or are you like, hey, we may be blowing it up this year, let's look everywhere?
So, okay. I mean, we'll officially find out March 7th what the hell is going on with Baltimore and Lamar Jackson. Once we find out March 7th what exactly is going to go on, then we pretty much have a clear cut idea of what we're going to do. Now, seeing that I am a Ravens fan, been a Ravens fan since 2000. I was about 4 or 5 years old. So hey, let's go there. Um, the Ravens going to do what they do best. If we let Lamar Jackson walk, get draft picks, I feel like they will shore up the defense. So I feel like they will go for a more polished corner. I feel like they will probably try to find a safety in the later rounds. I even believe that they will even try to find a another edge rusher, just in case if this will be Justin Houston's last year or JPP's last year, or gotta think about it this way too. If Lamar doesn't come back, we may not even see Justin Houston or JPP come back, because you gotta think about it. Those old guys hitched on the ride of this young phenom, and if this young phenom not here, Baltimore is not that more. It's not that oh gosh, appealing. So we have to think about that as well. Even with Calais Campbell saying he wants to come back, he may say if Lamar leaves, Calais may be trying to find a team that's a contender to be traded to, possibly. I'm just saying, I'm just thinking it in a perspective of an older athlete. Bobby Wagner, the reason he moved to LA closer to home, but also thought the LA Rams was still a Super Bowl contender type of team. We saw what happened. Now they're releasing him. Now he may be finishing out his actual career in Seattle. Sucked for him, but hey, that's how the business is. So if we was to let go of Lamar Jackson, if it was to package a J.K. Dobbins in the deal, I do feel like it would be a rebuild to the offense, and but they would add tools to that defense, younger tools especially, to help them out, because then you have more money available to extend a contract for Patrick Queen. So
Yeah, here's the thing. I feel like there's a decent chance the Ravens draft a quarterback this year
I get that.
because Lamar may not have his extension. And I
Yeah.
don't think it's a first round, but I think, like, if Hall's sitting there in the fifth, if Hall's sitting there in the fourth, right? If Hayner's sitting there, you're a pick 200, maybe the Ravens pull the trigger on him. And it's like, not because they want to move on from Lamar, but I feel like they have to look at every spot because
Yeah.
they could change everything. And you have Todd Monken, and you're gonna be able to say, like, okay, what kind of offense? Because it's always been, last 4 years, it's been, how do we build this around Lamar? Has
Yeah.
been the thought. Now, was it done poorly? Absolutely. Greg Roman did a terrible job. But that was still the thought process, right? Getting an offensive lineman that can move and, get out on the edge and protect if Lamar Jackson scrambles, getting wide receivers that are able to make plays on their own, trying to get tight ends that can really have elite block, get, like, workhorse running backs. But now Todd Monken could come in and be like, hey, we're not resigning Lamar. All right, let's do this. Let's build my ideal NFL offense.
Hmm.
Okay, what does that mean? Well, we need new offensive linemen, first off, because I don't want to run a zone running scheme. I want to run a gap scheme. I want to
Okay.
run, man to man scheme. I want to run stretch. I want to run outside. Whatever it is. Maybe we need a lineman. Maybe we need new tight ends. Maybe he wants wide receivers that are bigger, so we start scouting those wide receivers. Maybe he wants a running back that's a true pass catcher.
Hmm.
Like whatever it is. Oh, maybe we want a quarterback that's a pocket passer. Maybe he really likes Will Levis. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like Will Levis, but
Yeah.
maybe Munkin does. I don't know. Um, and then on the defensive side of the ball, we only have 1 year of Mike McDonald. Maybe he goes, "Hey, we're losing Marcus Peters, our number 2 corner. This is what I want to do with the defense. Let's get a hybrid safety and throw him out at corner as well as safety. We go for the
Mm,
man out of Alabama. Maybe he's like, I want to really run a run stuffing approach rather than this kind of pass defending defense. And instead of going, small at interior line on defense, we start going bigger, bringing back the Brandon Williams type players, whatever it is. The Ravens have new offensive coordinators. The Ravens have a coach that's not, he's involved in philosophy, but not scheme. So they're going to have a major say, and the organization is clearly going through a lot of change right now. So I feel like this could be a wild combine, and just like they're going to be looking at everybody because they could draft any position, and I wouldn't be surprised. They could
Stetson
draft
Bennett.
offensive tackle. They could draft Stetson Bennett. They could draft quarterback.
Yeah.
They could draft. Well, okay, here's the thing. They're not drafting one position. They're not drafting a kicker. If they draft a kicker, then we got real problems on our hands. They may draft a punter. I wouldn't be that surprised if they draft a punter. Like, I'd be surprised, but I wouldn't be like ruling it out. They could draft every position outside of kicker right now. And it's crazy.
This rookie class is going to be, I'm not going to say dynamic, but this rookie class that's coming up, it's going to be free smoke every day, all day, because they literally could come in, take someone's job, or be that developmental guy for the future. That's the crazy thing about it. I mean, it is so intriguing how it really comes down to one player's decision, because it's the same thing going on in Green Bay right now. Like,
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers came out of the darkness, and he still has not said anything about what he wants to do in regards to his football career. And Green Bay, they're talking a good game, but I think they know, and I think Aaron Rodgers know that their love ship has reached this course, and it's going to be interesting to see who Aaron Rodgers go to, because that may plays a lot to what we may do too with Lamar Jackson if we were to franchise tag him and possibly trade him. So it's a lot of things that has to play in a factor. But like you said, man, it could be a possible blow up. We are going a new direction. I wish we were going in a new direction earlier in Lamar's career versus the later back end of his career, because this kind of puts him in a tough situation, and it puts the organization in a tough situation. Um, but I'm not about to say in EDC we trust. I'm just hoping that these men could come to some type of respectable agreement, respectable decision, and do what's best for this Ravens organization to put us in a winning position. But if not, winning this upcoming season, hopefully we can build to be that dynasty that we've been solely trying to reach for. Because after that Super Bowl run, we've been average, if we're being completely honest.
Yeah.
Even when Lamar came, and I know I might get crucified for this. Even though Lamar, yes, won the MVP in 2019, the Pee Wee offense took the NFL by storm. We still have been average, because he reached a plateau with that offense, and it never went any further. We saw it.
Yeah. I'm curious what, the TTB family kind of thinks about the combine, thinks about the way this roster is going, the way that the offseason is going. Everybody let us know in the comment section down below your thoughts. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, we'd really appreciate a review. It does
5 stars. Like just put 5 stars. Everybody, matter of fact, everybody that be on YouTube, that be on the live stream, just hurry up and go to the Apple Podcast. I know y'all want that free give. I know y'all want that giveaway. Give us the 50. Give us the 50. Shameless plug. I'm here to say it. All y'all help us out. So help us out. Help us out. Help you out.
Thank y'all so much for watching. Subscribe for Daily Ravens content. We'll see all of you again next time.